All righty.
Pedro, what was your reaction to the comments that Ian made about rules and accountability in the clubhouse?
I was kind of surprised. Surprised it came from him. I think Rick mentioned it out here today that just prior to him leaving, he shared with us how much he wanted to come back. So I was kind of surprised.
Did it give you anything to think about? Is there truth in what he said?
Listen, I've been talking about culture here since day one. I brought it up 3 or 4 weeks ago. I said how important it was to the success of this organization, not just this year, but next year and beyond, and sustained success. I think culture drives success. I didn't like the way our culture, in the direction our culture was headed, so we had to make some adjustments. Deadline came. Had a meeting with them in Cleveland on Saturday. We addressed a bunch of issues that I thought needed to be addressed, and we're moving forward. We're moving forward with a new laid foundation on rock, not on muck, on rock, that is going to sustain any little problem that we may have moving forward. So culture is a big deal to me. I think it's the most important part of a winning franchise, and we're determined to build it and build it the right way.
How early did you start recognizing that, Pedro? And I'm sure at first there was kind of a feeling out process trying to get to know the club too, right?
You're always, I'm always on the alert for culture, and I'm always on the alert for possible fractures. So, as the season goes on, you start seeing, things here and there that can affect that. So, how early? Spring training. So, and that's, and you try to do things here and there to help that and fix it, but at the same time, you also got to be real to yourself and excuse me, and ask how where are we culture-wise, and where do we want to go? And I decided to wait till Saturday in Cleveland to talk about it, and I feel like we're not even close to where we need to be, but we're headed in the right direction.
When Tony first came here,
excuse me,
he felt that he had to fit in. He told us time and time again that he had to fit in with these great players and their accomplishments and moving forward. Nobody's going to diminish Tony as far as I'm concerned. He's a great man and he's had a great career. But with that mentality, do you think the players began to take that too far as that they were in charge of this team, not the coaches and managers?
Look, I don't know what was going on when Tony was here. I know what a good culture looks like. I know how a good culture sustains success, and I'm determined to create that culture here. We are all in this thing together. I'm a part of this thing. I think everybody has a big part in what we're trying to build. But as far as the culture before I got here and what Tony was doing and how what was going on, I'm not sure. I wasn't here.
Lance Lynn talked about, he said that Middleton, a lot of his comments were right on. So he was interviewed today. Did Lynn ever talk to you, or did you talk to him about the culture in the clubhouse?
I had many conversations with most all our players, if not all of them, some more than others. I'm not going to comment about those conversations that I had with them. That's Lance's opinion. And that's where we're at. I'm not gonna get into any type of back and forth with any player that was here that has an opinion on our culture and what we were doing.
Pedro, in order to have a good culture, you have to have leaders in order to do it. Do you have to develop leaders in your clubhouse, or do you have some guys right now that can be leaders?
I think we have guys in this clubhouse that have the characteristics of being really good leaders. In my opinion, leadership is 10% given, 90% taken, and we have 2 months here for guys in there to stand up and take it. There's certainly guys in there with the strength and characteristics to become leaders. I'm really looking forward to watching this club and who wants to take that next step.
So you got to this point, 2 months left, and still had things that needed to be addressed. What?
That's going to stay in the clubhouse. I'm not going to share that here. There's a lot of things that need to be addressed. and we are relentlessly addressing these things. Like I said, the most important thing for me is laying the foundation on solid rock to where when there are small fractures, it's not going to go anywhere. And that's my goal, and that's what the staff and I talk about every single day, and that's what we're going to do.
When Vaughn grabbed Tim and took him out and tried to remove him from the scene, was that to you, culturally something that shows leadership and, being protective of your own teammates?
Absolutely. That was great leadership by Vaughn, and he's one of the guys that has all the characteristics of doing it. Leadership is being selfless, is having great character, integrity, putting others in front of yourself. It's leadership is, you don't need to be doing great to be a good leader. As a matter of fact, when you're facing some adversity and you're still, going out of your way to help somebody else, that shows great leadership. So there's a lot of guys in here that have the opportunity, are going to have the opportunity, and like I said, have the characteristics of becoming good leaders and leading us where we want to go.
Did you feel any exasperation at any point earlier in the season about guys not doing enough in terms of what you wanted them to do, following rules, doing the day-to-day little things?
Look, when I came in here, I had two rules. Whatever we do in the clubhouse stays in the clubhouse. Make sure you're on time, okay? And the other one that I talked about was respect. So actually three. And I said, as far as rules, anything that happens that you feel like you're fracturing our culture, okay, that's a rule. Don't fracture our culture. So I left it kind of open. Was it a mistake or not? I'm not sure, but moving forward, I think the foundation is going to be set in a way that those are going to be our rules as well, because people are going to know that the culture is the most important thing to building sustained success for an organization. And when you start fracturing that, and you have good leaders in the clubhouse, they're going to take care of it. And if they don't, I'll take care of it. But I'm hoping that it doesn't get to my desk.
In retrospect, do you think you could have been assertive earlier on this?
No, the assertiveness was giving them the opportunity to lead, right? And, over some time, I realized that the leaders I thought we had in there weren't leaders. So we took a step back, we regrouped, and here we are.
Has player buy-in been a challenge from the start of spring to now?
In what regard?
Have you found it challenging to get players to buy in and be receptive to what you're trying to preach?
I think every player wants good culture. And I think every player to a man in there wants an environment where they feel they can have success in and they feel like their teammates have their back. No, not at all.
Did Tim ever get tested for a concussion after the fight?
I'm not going to comment on that. That's something that, you ask somebody else in the training staff on that. I'm not going to comment on that.
You dreamed about managing, and from the outside, it seems like a lot's gone wrong. It's been a tough year. Has it taken you by surprise how hard it's been?
I've been around this game a long time, and I've been around some good managers, and I know what managing is. I know what managing is all about, and it's not just the X's and O's out there and putting a lineup together. This is part of it, and this is part of my goal, my dream to build something like this. The good thing for me is that I got a good staff, got a good front office. We support each other. We're going to help each other, and we're going to do this right.
The skirmish that happened this weekend with Tim and Cleveland, was that just a one-off, or was that somehow related to deeper frustrations across the team where you kind of just boiled up to one guy?
The fight in Cleveland?
Yeah, I mean, does it have anything to do with the overall?
Did you watch the game?
Yeah.
I don't think this was something that Timmy had planned, or that he wanted to accomplish.
Well, not that he would planned it, but like, hey, you guys are just a little bit more on edge.
No, I don't think so. It was a play at second base that there was a reaction by their player that it led to that. I'm not sure. Did you watch the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys, a little more of an emotional edge, because things are going.
It's a divisional rival. He slid in hard. We put a hard tag, and that's what happened.
You said you wanted to reserve your opinions about Tim until this ruling came down. What, Tim and the situation, what are those thoughts about what occurred?
Repeat that again.
What are your thoughts about what occurred Saturday night? And was Tim, in your opinion, kind of trapped in a different situation?
I just answered that question right there. It's the same question in a different way. I just answered it.
Doesn't seem like it was. It seems like it was the same. It was the other night. You said you didn't want to comment on the events of on the field, the fight, until I guess there was a ruling. So now there's been a ruling. Do you like?
The events on the field were a double was hit by Ramirez. Ramirez slid in hard. Timmy put a hard tag on there, and that's where the fight started. And that's what I just answered. There wasn't anything prior to that.
What are your thoughts on the suspension?
I'll wait till the appeal's over and see what comes out of it, and then I'll comment on that. I have my thoughts, but I'll just wait. I'll wait on that.
Do you think he should talk about this, or do you not want him to talk, or do you care?
No, he'll talk when the time is right, after the appeal's over. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Couple quick